What's going on, folks? Ted from Nerd Immersion here, and when you think of NASA, what's the first thing you think of? Well, I bet it's not TTRPGs, because yes, that's right, the team at NASA, yes, the space travel NASA, is developing, or actually I guess has developed, a TTRPG campaign, although I guess it's more of a one-shot. I wouldn't necessarily call it a full-blown campaign, but it's available now for free. I don't know where the connection was for or why, but basically, yeah, it's available now and it's free and it's pretty good. So if you like what I do here and like this kind of stuff, consider subscribing to the channel. But as you can see here was the tweet where it says NASA's first tabletop role-playing campaign is ready for download in the Lost Universe at NASA Hubble. The Hubble Space Telescope has disappeared from Earth's timeline. Embark on your journey to restore what was lost. Here is the actual document page, where it says, gather your party for your favorite tabletop role-playing system. I should point out it's not technically D&D specific. I think it's most written with D&D in mind, but other systems may work just fine. A dark mystery has settled over the city of Aldastron on the rogue planet of Xlaris. Researchers dedicated to studying the cosmos have disappeared, and the Hubble Space Telescope has vanished from Earth's timeline. Only an ambitious crew of adventurers can uncover what was lost. Are you up to the challenge? It's designed for a party of 4 to 7 of characters that are level 7 to 10, and is easily adaptable to your preferred TTRPG system. NASA's first TTRPG invites you to take on a classic villain, while also using and learning science skills as you overcome challenges and embark on an exciting quest to unlock more knowledge about our universe. Download your game and get ready to explore Xlaris. Share it on social media with hashtag NASATTRPG. There's the base document. There's also a map. Now, I do want to say, I'm not going to read through this in its entirety, but there may be spoilers depending on this. If you guys want me to give a full deep dive into the entirety of the adventure, I can definitely do that in another video. It's only 44 pages, so it's not like too long, and it does actually have a lot of cool, interesting tie-ins to real-world science, which I thought was really cool, and there's actually some of the appendices cover that. So I'm not going to go over too much, because actually if I go over the running the game section, it'll actually spoil quite a bit. But more importantly, it says that your characters, or whatever they've created, but they know what they would normally know on Earth, but have no knowledge of the place that they're currently at. And basically, the beginning, you'll kind of get used to what's going on in the kind of world you're in, and then it's kind of a two-part adventure. Here's the adventure background, where it kind of describes Xlaris and the planet and the area that your party's in. A little bit about the cities here. And then it kind of goes into an overview explaining this. But like we said, basically, you know what's going on with Earth, but the Hubble Space Telescope just doesn't exist. We have a bunch of different NPCs here that are relatively well spelled out. And again, like I said, it goes on to say setting the stage here, right? This game will not open on the characters, but on the players themselves on planet Earth, at least one version of Earth, one without the Hubble Space Telescope. As you introduce your players to the story, keep in mind that in a different timeline with Hubble, they were all involved in the mission. They will be revealed to them at the conclusion. And it kind of has a little bit here about back in 90, NASA launched the Hubble Space Telescope. And then again, in this world, it never existed without the Hubble. We don't know the age of the universe. We don't know about black holes. We don't have a James Webb telescope either. It's pretty cool information that you gather here. And again, we can kind of scroll through. You can see it's interspliced with actual images from various, things that this Hubble Space Telescope has taken, images from space. There's a handful of, again, different encounters, combats, and things as we scroll through. And we'll kind of just scroll on ahead to the end of the adventure to get to the appendices to show off, again, here's some more images, as we can see here. And then basically, it says Appendix A. In this section, you will find a full explanation of the scientific concepts used throughout the game. So, again, energy of the vacuum. It's going to give you basically, you use it in the game, but it's going to explain to you kind of in a more layman's term, what happens in a vacuum. We have a little bit about your dark matter, right? Gravitational lensing, red shifts and blue shifts. Again, here's a breakdown of the color spectrum here, visible light and otherwise. Appendix B is going to have some images here, as you can see, from what was taken from the telescope, the control center of it. Appendix C is again the schematic of the telescope itself, and then again we have the map. Appendix E is the puzzle, which I'm not going to spoil there, And that's pretty much it. Again, was this a thing I needed? Probably not, but I think it's awesome. You know, my kids are obviously very big into science and also Dungeons and Dragons. And again, I think this would be a really cool thing. Obviously, I think this could be a great thing for if you're like a teacher, especially a science teacher. Again, hard to do this because this is obviously designed for a very small group of people. But obviously, if you also have a lot of friends that are, interested in D&D and space, or, have always had that kind of interest in it, this could be a fun little one-shot for you to run. If you have, like, I guess, like a smaller science club, this could be a fun thing to do for that as well. I definitely plan to run it at some point. I'm not sure if this is going to be something I'm going to run online, but if it is, I'll likely stream it and then upload the gameplay somewhere for you to watch. But let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. Again, this is a really cool thing. Again, it is the 50th anniversary of D&D, but it didn't actually specifically call out D&D. But either way, I'm curious what other interesting things we'll see if other companies are out there developing RPG one-shots or things that we don't even know about. So, anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.